Today I want to talk about the critical voice. The critical voice inside all our heads. Mine visited me lately. Let me get some incense going here. I have named my critical voice. Her name is Gertrude. Some of you have heard about Gertrude in past videos. She is one nasty piece of work. So my critical voice came forward just recently. I am continuing to work with my guide, even though I've completed the Golden Path. I'm continuing to work with Haley Curtis. And I pay her for this devoted privilege. I am devoted to myself, and it is a privilege. Gertrude came in a few days ago, and she said to me, remember, this is my inner critical voice. Gertrude comes in and she says, "What are you doing still working with Haley? That's expensive. You shouldn't be doing that. Why are you still working with Haley?" Okay, see the face? Yeah, that's a Gertrude face. You don't need that. You finished the Golden Path. In fact, you finished it twice. What are you doing? You're a guide now. Why are you still with Haley? What are you doing? You don't need that. You don't need that. You shouldn't be with her. Right? Our critical voice is so nasty. My critical voice is, I don't know about anybody else's. And I feeling very insecure from this, of course. I voxered Haley, and I told her this was happening because whenever Gertrude shows up, it's a sign that something needs to be looked at. Some shadow is happening. And she beautifully uncovered that I have a couple of things going on. One is Gene Key 26, which is pride, thinking that I should be able to do all of this on my own. I am so good at this now. I am so professional. I know all of it. I know it all, so there's this pride, and 26 is actually the programming partner for my attractor sphere. So it has quite a lot of influence in my makeup. And then the other thing is my shadow of purpose, which is weakness. You are weak for needing help. I am weak for needing help. This is what she said. Basically is what she's saying. Gertrude, you're weak for needing help. And Haley, of course, pointed out I am not. I am not weak for needing help. And I don't need to worry about being prideful, because everyone, no matter where we are on the journey, can always use help, can always use a mentor. And of course I cried when I heard this, just like I'm crying here on this video, because it's so true. So I then had to dig a little deeper, because she didn't just come out of nowhere. I've dealt with this. I've talked to Gertrude, in fact, about this, and saying just this thing, that I don't feel like the more I know I don't know. And Haley is just such a beautiful, working with Haley is such a beautiful biofeedback loop for me, that why wouldn't I, if I can afford it, and I can, why wouldn't I continue it? So it's not like it's an issue that I haven't dealt with before. So what was underneath Gertrude? And what was underneath Gertrude is that where I'm going through a situation in my personal life. My husband's been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it's very early stages. Very good to have been tested every 6 months like he has been. However, we live in a mountain town in a mountain state, and the more elegant, less invasive treatments for this kind of cancer haven't come here yet. And we live a good 2.5 hours from even the more invasive procedures. So he was meeting with people in California because we have a big base of friends and family in California. So he was visiting there recently, and he met at a cancer center there, and they have a very elegant, simple treatment that, has got like 88% chance of working for his kind of cancer. And so Tim's been anxious to get an appointment to get that going. He wants to just do it, get it over with. And the insurance refused the treatment. And now, I am not actually crying at the insurance refusing the treatment. I'm crying at the frustration that my husband is going through during this time. Because I believe that he's going to find the perfect treatment for him, whatever that happens to be. It's just hard to see your loved ones go through pain. It's hard enough to go through your own pain, and watching others go through their pain is very difficult. So, where Gertrude comes into this is that my first husband died of cancer. His cancer was a different kind of cancer. It was in his lungs. It was wrapped around his aorta near his heart, which is why it wasn't diagnosed in time. It was hiding. It had been hiding. And apparently they didn't have as good tests for it because it didn't show up in his blood. Anyway, he died very suddenly of it. So I've been through a mate having cancer and dying. Even though I don't believe Tim, my husband now, is anywhere near that state of illness, my body is afraid. My body is afraid of being left alone. So Gertrude was trying to protect me. She was trying to put up the barriers that I have had in my life before when things have gotten really hard. And I've put up barriers to push everybody away because it is safer to be alone. So here I am, frightened of being alone, but if I have control over making the aloneness happen, I'm safer, right? So that's what Gertrude was trying to do. She was trying to separate me from Haley, and she was trying to take care of herself and myself with my husband. So, really, I should hug Gertrude because she's trying so hard to keep me safe, like she did for so many years. And you know what? I'm just going to hold her and not listen to her because her advice sucks. It does. What can I say? It just sucks. This is when I need people more. This is when I need Haley more. This is when I need to be with my husband as he's going through his painful travel with this scary health situation. I don't need to alienate myself from everyone. I don't need to separate myself from everyone. I need to drop all those barriers So I got out the lion right before I started this video. This is the lion. And in the dream arc, the lion is a guardian. And next week I'm about to do a ritual because I'm in the dream arc retreat. I'm starting a new journey on the dream arc through the dream arc quests. And the raven, who has been my guardian, has left and is leaving. Has left and is leaving. Yes, that raven is very talented. He's still here and he's leaving. But I know that the lion's going to be my guardian, and the lion is loving self-acceptance. So loving Gertrude through all her self-protective measures is so important. And loving myself as I share all these tears here on this video that I hadn't planned. That's loving self-acceptance as well, because I want to move through this into the next phase of supporting my husband through his trials and tribulations with the unfeeling insurance companies. I have no idea if the doctor at this cancer center is going to be able to talk the doctor at the insurance company into covering this procedure. Hopefully we'll know in the next week. And if not, we will go to the next treatment plan and see if that gets covered. I know I watch my husband right now in he has his own critical voice, and he has his own way of dealing with trauma like this. And I watch him go in and separate himself. And I watch him make up stories in his mind, like, they're not going to cover any treatment for my cancer. They think I'm too old. They're just going to let me die from it. So that's his version of my Gertrude. You know, it's his version. It's a paranoia, you know, because of the way his chart is configured. For some reason, paranoia comes up when he's triggered into his shadow states. And I know that he doesn't really think that. And I know that there is going to be a treatment that is going to work. And we will just deal with it when we deal with it. I just felt like this morning maybe sharing this might help someone out there who is also dealing with their own critical voice, and maybe some of the deeper patterns beneath that critical voice that need expression. And so here, maybe something I've said helps you. And if nothing else, bring in lion energy, loving self-acceptance. If you can love yourself, oh my gosh, that's that made it all so trite. Oh my gosh. If you can love yourself, that's just the gateway to the most enormous love of the universe. Because until you can love yourself, you can't be open to all the love that's everywhere. I understand this intellectually. I have yet to actually feel that fully, but I'm on my way. I'm on that path. I'm getting there little by little. So, thank you for listening and witnessing and taking me into your hearts.